Hey, hey there, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk About It with Yogi Hamm. Look at that. I worked on the painting. It looks like crap, though, boy. Look at that. It's all crappy. Just turn to mush. I hate it. I get them colors on there, but I don't get the ratio of. I like to water my colors down so we get more fluid movement on a massive scale, not just little. Sometimes I get them ratios wrong. I get too much water or something, and then it just, all the colors run together, turn into mush. That's what happened on that one. But see, I was having to force it anyhow. I ain't felt like painting since, I told you a long time, a couple of videos ago I told you. That mood just been gone. Yeah, I hadn't felt it. The other night I said, by God, it's been a long time. It felt good out here, temperature-wise. And then, So anyhow, here you go. Here we are. I'm going to tell you about this night. What I'm doing tonight. It'll probably end up in them categories, same category as category, Gary. In the same column with the ghost stories and the spooky stuff, that spooky stuff category. But what happened was, see, I'm going to try to be real quick about this. My Granny Crenshaw, she had a sister lived up in Virginia, and it was one of them, the neighborhood she lived in was like the main road was here, and then the road for that neighborhood went around like a horseshoe. Like an upside down U, or, well, I guess if you was looking at it like that, it'd be regular. But main road, horseshoe shaped road made up, houses on both sides of the road or all the way around. In the back corner, right where it started to make a curve, there's an extra lot. Nobody ever built a house on it. It's all woods. So we'd play in them woods. What happened was, so Granny Crenshaw, that's her sister. Realty was her name. Aunt Realty's what we called her. And we'd go up there. Granny Crenshaw would go stay with Aunt Realty for like 1 week every summer. And most time I'd go with her because I'd be off school, and it'd give Mama a break for not having where I'm at in the summer and trying to feed me and all that. So I'd go with her for a week, and then there was one summer, Aunt Realty got hurt. She fell from home somewheres, and Granny Crenshaw went to take care of her she was up there for like a month. So I went and stayed with her for a month and helped her take care of her sister. But I got to go out and play too, and I got to know all them boys in that neighborhood. And like where that U is like that, you go up and right where it starts curves that woods, and then there's some more houses, but then there's another patch of woods, and then there's a bunch of houses, and the woods in between and back behind. All the houses on that road had big trees in their yards. So when you ride your bike up and down that damn U shape back around, it's like riding through this tunnel of trees. There'd be a patch of sky all the way around shaped like a U. So it's beautiful, especially at night. It get towards the end of summers when I like being up there because them nights get just a little, not chilly and not really cool, but after it's been summer all damn day, 90 damn degree, and then it hit night and it hit like 60. Ooh, but then you get that fog, that mist low in the ditches around the neighborhood. You get that fog in them trees up there. And when you're riding your bike around at night and then that fog's out there. But so one night I had a buddy, and I've told you about him before. He's his name DeWarren. We just called him Warren, but his name was DeWarren Lee Harrell. And he was a pretty good friend of mine over there. and we just hang out all summer, you know. It's kind of a summer friendship. And I knew some of them other boys, but I didn't get along with them as well. I mean, I hung out with them. They included me, but it wasn't like, oh, I can't wait to see them fellers. But I kind of had a good friendship with Warren. He's the one that I told you I was walking through that little patch of woods to his house, and that's the first time I heard that Kiss Destroyer album at Detroit Rock City. That's the first time I ever heard that. I got hooked on rock. A heavy rock, boy. I got hooked on that. But anyhow, so one night when I was staying there for that month, and then right where Warren's house is, in that little patch of wood before you get to that other dude, Eric, you get to his house, patch of woods between their houses, and Warren, my buddy, had a tree house out there in that patch of woods. And so that remember the little because this is like you go up around and you take that curve and there's that patch of woods. It leads way back. I'm going to tell you where it leads to in just a second because that's where we ended up. But in that patch of woods is another tree house, but it's just a platform. We sat up there one night, the night I'm telling you about, me and Warren ended up sitting on that platform for like 30, 40 minutes. And think about that. You way up off the ground like that on some wood that a kid nailed to a tree. It didn't fall though. It never did fall. I'm very surprised. But anyhow, so one night Warren said, why don't we stay out in the treehouse tonight? So I asked Granny Crenshaw, and she's like, no, you're not old enough. I think I was 13, 14 or something like that. I don't know. I said, hey, we're going to sleep in. Is that okay? She said, you're not old enough to do that. I don't think you're old enough to stay out all night. Even though you're going to be in the treehouse, I don't think you're old enough. And I said, oh, come on. And she was like, all right, go ahead. So she gave me a 7-up and a pillar and a blanket. We went up in that treehouse. He had a little radio up there, and we were just talking about stuff, listening to music. And then he's like, you want to go walk around? And this was late. This was like, well, not late, but it's like 10 o'clock. So we go walking around. It's already rolled up. Everything done. All the houses, the lights is out. And then, there ain't nobody out. And we just walk around. And it was getting that little bit of a mist low to the ground around the ditches in the people's yards. Yeah. And then them trees, that fog started coming out of the forest into them trees, right around the houses and stuff. So we walked around a couple times, and then we thought about going back up in the treehouse, and we was like, I ain't ready to go to sleep yet. I ain't sleepy. So we walked around some more. Well, in that other patch of woods, not the one by Warren's house, the other with that treehouse with just a platform. If you go way back, there's a path. If you walk back there or ride your bike back there, you come on this there's a canal, like a moat. I ain't even kidding, it's like a moat. And it comes around this way, and then it goes way down, a mile down there. And the neighborhood is on the other side of that, so you have to go down here and then go across a little bridge to get over into that. And that right there, when you come out of the woods from Aunt Realty's neighborhood, you come out in the woods, it's dirt, and you can go along the canal for a mile down there. And then, or you can go this way across the bridge, and you in that, there's an elementary school right there in the playground. And so it's like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And we come out in the woods, we saw the canal, and we looked, that playground's lit up over there by that school. I said, let's run over there, I want to go on them monkey bars. So we walked way down there, went across the bridge, went over to the playground. I tried them, them ones where you hold one, you swing to the other, and then you swing to that one. I tried that, I didn't do good. And then I got on a swing, and I was like, it's much more, it's harder than I remember swinging them legs like that. I had time to do that. So, we get ready to go over budget, I gotta hurry up. So, we're hanging out there, and then we're like, well, all right, let's go back our neighborhood. So we go we go back over and we cross that little bridge, and then we get around the corner, and we're up on we get up on that flat part, and we can look across the canal back over there to the playground. And he goes, "Look at that!" And I look like that, and there's a pack of dogs running up all over that. They smelling all over that playground. A pack of dogs. And they didn't look like, it wasn't all messy and dirty. It looked like just regular dogs. And I'm like, are they just like regular dogs during the day? Somebody's pet and they play fetch and stuff. But at night, after all the families go to bed, all the dogs in the neighborhood get together and run around beating people up, stealing your bike. That's what it was like, because they was over there, they was sniffing like they was aggressive, like, where are they? And I was like, let's go, man, let's go. So we start backing up, but one of them saw us, boy. He look up like that, German Shepherd, white German Shepherd. But I saw him, his head whip around like that. He look at us, kind of raise up his chest up like that. And then the other dog standing next to him, he looks. And they come a-running, boy. They're headed for that bridge. So we took off, boy. We ran through them woods. And there's roots and crap all sticking out everywhere of them trees. And you got to watch where you're trying to run. And they was coming, boy. So we ran. And I said, just get up that. We can't make it anywhere else in time. Get up on that platform. So me and Warren both climb up that tree, sat on that platform. Here come them dogs, boy. There's like 7 of them. And they was all just sniffing around. And they didn't look up at us. They didn't see us. We're just being quiet. Well, I mean, I know they can't come up. They can't climb up there. But we're being quiet because if they see we're up there, it won't leave. We'll be stuck up in that little platform all night. We can have that. But I'm sitting here going, dang, we almost just... And they weren't like vicious. They weren't like, come on down, boy, like that. They were just like, sniffing around. But it was like, I don't like that. They ran after us. They saw us across the canal or the moat. Saw us and knew to run across that bridge to get where we's at. So we were... we gonna wait around? Oh, they want to play. No, you don't know what's going on. So we sat up there, boy. We was up there about 30, 40 minutes. And I'm trying to hurry up. Because we over budget. But we sat up there and we quiet. And there was one time he goes, I think they're gone. I said, me too, I think so. We got ready to start moving. But every time you move, that platform would crack and creak and sound like me getting up now. What I sound like. But so we's getting ready to start heading towards the ladder. And right when we start getting ready to make that first move, we heard like, and we looked down, a dog come running around that tree. Ran on the path right by us. So we waited another 5-10 minutes, climbed down, and we hauled ass to his tree house, which was enclosed where our blanket and pillars were and everything, and set them up. So we hauled ass. We ran back through them woods, got in there. And then, so right after we got up there, he had a little radio and everything. He hadn't even turned that on yet. And we had a little, it looked like a lantern, but it's battery. It wasn't Earl, or, it wasn't a flame. It was a regular flashlight, or, like that. But he hadn't even cut that on yet. So we move. I got my pillow, my blanket right, and my pillow right, and all of a sudden we heard something. Underneath the tree where we was at, boy. So we were both like, we look at each other like, and they just enough light from the street light out across the street from his house coming through that window in the treehouse that we could see a little bit. We look at each other like that. We listened, then we heard sniffing. And then we heard snarling like that. We both just looked at each other like, what the hell's going on? We part of it, we was kind of laughing, but it was that nervous laugh. Like, this is, what is going on? But neither one of us moved to go over and look to see what it was. So we never did find out what it was. I bet you it's one of them dogs probably seen us running and come running, but got there after us, after we got up. That's the only thing I could think of. But then, what if? What if it's something else? Who came to see what all the commotion was about? What all the little domestic dogs was a fussing about? You don't know, because nobody looked to see for sure. So you never ever know what really that was. Probably a dog. Probably just one of them dogs from that pack, but what if it wasn't? Okay, song I want you to go hear. They did a cover of Classics 4. Spooky is the name of this song. And it's the one I want you to hear. Atlanta Rhythm Section, baby. Atlanta Rhythm Section. Spooky. Yeah, like that. But better and, good. But yeah. I don't remember the days, like mid-70s, I think. Early to mid-70s. Or late 70s. Somewhere in there. Oh, I can't narrow it down. Go listen to that. Spooky. Spooky little girl like you. Yeah. All right. Okay, bye.